Welcome back, everyone, if you're coming back and tuning into classes, and welcome if this is your first time. We are going to start a really beautiful endurance-based class today, and that just means that we're going to hold the poses a little bit longer if you can, and I'll guide you through, if you're going to take a break, what you'll do as well. So, merrily, let us come into a long dog. So we're going to start in downward facing dog. We're going to take our hands and spread them wide and bring your middle fingers in line with your shoulders. So I'd like you to just look up at your hands right now and separate your fingers as far apart from each other as you can, so you have that strong foundation to press through the floor. And I want you to feel like you're getting rid of the space that's between your hands and your mat right now. So feel your knuckles press down so that you can start to engage a little bit with the floor. And then once you do that, then you can open your arms a little bit more and let your head drop down. So we're just starting to create some space inside the shoulders. That feels good. And we're gonna lengthen through the legs. So if you are really tight and we're starting in downward facing dog, what you're gonna do is bend your knees. So you can bend them a whole lot if that feels better, or you can straighten them a whole lot if that feels better. But what I'd like you to not do is have your heels in the floor. So don't start your down dogs or your practice with your heels in the floor because it either is too deep of a stretch to start off with, or you're already that flexible so you're not getting anything anyways. So then you would step back and just get long. We're gonna exaggerate a little bit through the seat. So we're gonna push the butt bones up towards the sky. Very nice. Lengthening through your low back, and then just close your eyes right now. So relax through your face, and with your eyes closed, you want to let your head go. So let your whole cervical spine just melt down into the floor. And with your eyes closed, we're going to say a slow motion no. We're just turning the head easy side to side. And you're just turning it as far as it feels good, so there's no need to force anything here. We're just starting out. So we're gonna bring the head back center, stay relaxed. If you feel like you need a break at any time, you can come down into child's pose already. So if bending the knees isn't enough, then you'll drop into child's pose. If it feels good, if you've been doing yoga for a while, downward facing dog usually feels good to just lengthen and find some full inhales and exhales. We are breathing through the nose. It's done through the glottis, the back of the throat. It's full inhales and deep exhales. So we're going to challenge ourselves to keep your mouth closed throughout the practice so that you can build some internal heat. And then we're going to stretch your right leg up to the sky. So go ahead and stretch that right leg up, and we'll reach the toes out. So get long through your right ankle. We're going to turn that right hip down, and we're just going to walk your hands back to your toes. So again, if you're really tight, the knee will stay bent. We're just going to walk back a little bit. And then we're going to fold in just a little bit. Find a little fold. And then we're going to walk back into your dog with a high right leg. We'll bend that right knee and flex the toes in and open through your right hip. And then we'll square the hip back down and we'll straighten that leg out. We'll reach through the toes and we're going to walk back again. So go ahead and take yourself. Maybe this time we go a little bit deeper. So maybe you're going to catch on. But we're not forcing anything because we're just warming up. Let's take a long walk back into your dog. Walk yourself all the way up to the front of your mat so your dog stays long. Flex the toes, bend that knee, roll it open, push the heel. And then straighten that leg, turn that hip down, and then go ahead and walk back to your toes. We'll take a final one. On this one, I'd like you to lift up, lengthen your spine, and look out in front of you. Find a deep breath in as you exhale. Now take this fold, and then let the exhales come. And we're breathing. If it feels better, straighten that leg and push that whole left foot down into the floor for 5. If not, you'll keep it bent. So whatever's feeling good for your body. 3, 2, and then we'll walk a long dog. Go ahead and walk it out. And we're just gonna sweep your right foot through your hands. Yeah, scooch it up there. So again, if it doesn't come all the way up, just scooch it up and slide your left foot back until you get into that long lunge. And then once you're in that lunge, we're gonna just work on turning that left hip down a little bit towards the floor, just a little bit, so then the hips are nice and even. And then we'll walk the fingertips out to the side, and we're gonna bring your body weight to the left. So we're just going over far enough to feel like you can have a little rope on that left hip, and it's pulling down through the floor. We're gonna come back and maybe go a little bit to the right, just a little bit or a lot, what feels good. We'll go to the left. Let's stay here, let it pull. And we'll go to the right side. One more time, let's take it to the left. And on this one, you can take it way down. And that back foot is exactly where it feels good for your toes. You could be on the outer edge of that foot. You can turn it all the way over. We'll go a little bit over to the right. And then we're gonna come back center, and we're gonna drop that back knee down easy. And we're just gonna straighten that front leg. And we're gonna flex the toes in. So turn the left hip forward. And then all I want you to do is start to get long and reach your fingertips out. So you're gonna keep the chest lifted. So we're not rounding the whole upper body forward. We're keeping the length through the spine. And we're just finding full deep inhales and exhales here. And while you're here, you can keep reaching the fingertips out nice and long. And then we'll drop that foot, and we're gonna lift that back knee, and we're gonna turn to the left in a wide straddle. So let your big toes turn in a little bit towards each other so we have a nice wide stance. And then, nice. Then we'll go ahead and come up onto the fingertips. So bring your fingertips in line with your toes, and then just lift up and lengthen through your spine and find a nice breath in. And as you exhale, push down through the floor. And yeah, let your head relax and use your palms. Nice, Mir. Use your palms to press and feel. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift back up. So come back up onto the fingertips, breathe in, and as you exhale, now we're gonna press a little more. So maybe you can go a little deeper, walk your hands through a little further, pushing your seat back a little more. And let's try that one more time. So go ahead and take the lift, find the length, push back through your sit bones, breathe it in, and as you exhale, take the fold. Yeah, and maybe now your hands walk through even a little bit more. So you can turn your hands to face, you can turn your fingertips to face the other way. If you feel like you get a little more leverage, you can turn them and bend your elbows there. And we're just gonna breathe into the pose here for 5, for 3, for 2. We're gonna pivot that back foot, and we're gonna turn that front foot back into the lunge where we just were. And then we'll go ahead and step your right foot back. So we're in a high plank position. So let's find a strong plank. We want to turn the plank on. So I want you to get your shoulders, elbows, and wrists on top of each other first. Turn your elbows back so that you're engaged through your triceps. Tuck your belly button up a little bit so that you're feeling the abdominals doing some work. We're pushing the chest away from the floor. We're squeezing through the thighs. We're engaged through the glutes. It's a strong plank position. And we're finding full inhales and exhales. Keep driving yourself away. Keep tucking up through the pelvis. So a little hold here through the endurance. We're gonna stay here for a few more seconds, and we're gonna keep breathing. If you need a break, you'll be right here. So if you're modifying, you'll bring your knees to the floor, and you're gonna keep that angle from your shoulders to your hips. And then while you're still here with us, maybe you came down and took a little break with me, and then suddenly you feel stronger again, so you'll lift those knees back up. And just a few more seconds, let's breathe through it here. Keep pushing yourself away, keep squeezing those thighs. Nothing is turning off right now. And then downward facing dog. We'll let the arms open, let your head drop. And down dog should feel really good. We're still turning those elbows to the back wall, so we have the seat that's exaggerating through, and we're engaged through the triceps. And you're gonna stay right there in your downward facing dog. And you're gonna stretch your left leg up to the sky. So the left leg lifts, and we're gonna extend through the toes, and then we're gonna walk back to your right foot. And distribute your weight evenly through that right foot, and then fold in just a little bit on the first one. So we're just using the tips of the fingers. And I want you to remember that you're still keeping, that back leg is yours. You're keeping it on, right? You're lengthening. You don't want to let it fall down to the floor. And then take a long walk out, unless you really need to. So we're long in the dog. We'll flex the toes in, flexion. Yeah, and we'll roll it open. We're going to take that heel and press it. So you're lifting up through that knee. You're squeezing through the glute. We're pulling in, pushing through the heel so that lower body's on for 3, 2. Awesome. Go ahead and straighten that leg. Point the toes. Walk it back. Fold it in a little bit more. Yeah. And we'll take a longer walk. Go ahead and walk it all the way out. Flexion, toes are coming in. Bend that knee, roll it open. Press through the heel. Breathe into the rib cage. We're relaxed through that back heel too, so I want you to let that heel drop down so you can start to create some length in the calf and inside of that Achilles as well. We'll square the hips. Let's walk it back. On this one, we'll come all the way back to the toes, and then we're going to lift up. Get long through the spine. Breathe it in. On the exhale, we're going to fold and feel. So you can grab on. You can use the fingertips. You can walk the hands back. Whatever feels like you can get a little bit more length inside of that right leg. We keep fold in for 3, for 2. We're going to walk a really long dog. So downward facing dog, and your left leg is high to the sky. Yep, and then you're going to sweep that left foot through your hands or scooch it up there if it doesn't go. You'll widen your stance to where you can turn your right hip down. So make sure your stance is wide enough where you can square your hips down. And then go ahead and walk your fingertips out to the side. And we're going to come to the right side. And this is where we're going to let that right hip get pulled down to the floor. Feels good, right? Yeah. I love that one. And then we'll go left a little bit. And then let's go right again. And I feel like on the second one, maybe even it gets to feel even better because it really starts to even pull up into your low back. And then we'll go left. And then we're going to work it to the right side. Drive it down. Remember, don't steal that left foot. So don't peel that foot up off the floor. Keep that, guys, nice and flat. Only go as far over as you can. Stay in control of that foot. We'll go to the left a little bit. And then we'll come back center. We'll bring that right knee down easy. We'll straighten that left leg. We're going to flex the toes. We'll square the hips. Lift up through the chest. Find a breath in as you exhale. Reach out. Get long. Then, as we lengthen the spine, we breathe in. And as we exhale, we let the chest start to drop a little bit closer and a little bit closer to that left thigh. So we're going to create something here inside the back of that left leg. If you have a little more, go for it right now. So I want you to keep the reach on this. Sometimes we grab our foot, which is great too, but on this one I want you to stay long because we're pulling out of the shoulders. And then we'll come back up into that lunge. We're going to lift that back knee, and then we're going to pivot into, hey, a wide straddle. Big toes are in a little bit towards each other. I knew that was going to happen. Okay, on this one, just grab your elbows, and we're hanging loose in ragdoll. So we're just hanging out, easy through the neck. Now here's where you can start to sway. Side to side. So a big sway feels really good for me. Maybe it doesn't feel really good for you. So again, this is your practice. This is your body. You're doing what feels good for you. And then we'll come back center. And we're going to go ahead and bring your upper body to the left side. 2 hands come left. We're going to catch on to that left leg. Lift yourself up and breathe in. And as you exhale, let's fold here. Let's pull in. And every exhale, we're working on feeling a pull. You're going to push back through your legs. If you're really tight, you can bend that left knee so you can back off of that stretch if it's too much in that hamstring. Now what I'd like you to do is keep your right hand on your left leg and bring your left arm in front of your left thigh. And then either take the floor and use it as leverage. So here's one way to do it, or grab that other leg and give yourself a nice pull. So wherever you are, you're not jamming on your neck. You're just letting that be in a little place that feels nice and safe. But on the exhales, I want you to pull and feel your way into it. And then we'll come back center. And we're gonna walk ourselves out just into upper body dolphin. So let your forearms come to the floor, but keep your hips in line with your knees and your ankles. We're pressing down into the floor and we're pushing back through the seat. And this one is just a nice kind of chill position. And then upper body, you'll find down dog. So now you can walk your arms out and open through your shoulders, create the length through your triceps. And then we'll come back slow and we'll walk the upper body over to the right side. We'll catch two hands on that right leg, lift up and breathe in. As you exhale, find the love. Fold it in. It's a big pull. So now we're starting to get warm, so you can allow yourself to straighten the legs more or pull a little stronger. We're going to hang on to that right leg with your left hand, that right ankle. Bring your right arm in front of your right thigh. Either use the floor, and you can use that to turn the torso. You could use it as your leverage, or you can catch that leg and pull on it there and bring your neck where it feels good. On the exhales, we're twisting for 5, for 3, for 2. We'll come back center. Go back into that sway, because now we've moved the spine in different ways, and maybe your sway gets bigger and it feels better than it did the first time you came into it. Then we're going to pivot into a lunge back to the front wall. So pivot the feet, widen the stance. Two hands are inside of your left foot, and we'll step back into that high plank position. So here we are in a nice high plank. And we're gonna find our first chaturanga. So let's lower down, nice and easy. Yeah, we're tucking through the pelvis. And then upward facing dog, we'll come on up, we'll breathe it in, pull the shoulder blades back. Downward facing dog, we'll find an exhale here. And let's bend the knees and make a light jump or an easy step of your feet to the front of your mat. Feet come together. We'll lift halfway and breathe in. As you exhale, we'll fold in. And we're going to touch the side walls as we come up. Stretch out long, reach up high, breathing in. Exhale, forward fold. Come on down nice and slow and feel. Halfway lift. We'll inhale here. Step or jump back to your high plank. Be kind to your toes. Chaturanga, we're going to lower down nice and slow. Up dog, we'll breathe it in. Pulling the shoulder blades back together, squeezing through the thighs. So thighs are lifted if it feels like you have the strength to do that. Knees are in the floor if you're modifying. Downward facing dog, we'll exhale out. And then we'll bend the knees and make our way to the front of your mat. Find that lift halfway. Let's breathe in. As you exhale, let's fold forward. As you inhale, side walls to the sky. We're coming up tall, lifting the thighs. Exhale, forward fold. Let's lower down nice and easy and then firm. Halfway lift, we'll breathe in here. Find your high plank. And let's come down onto the forearms. So forearm plank position. We're going to tuck up through the pelvis and squeeze through the glutes. And we're going to push down through the floor. And then we'll take your right fist into your left elbow. And we'll stack your left foot on top of your right and bring your left fingertips behind your head. So we're going to square the hips like headlights to the side. Yeah, and we're going to lift that right hip away from the floor. We're pulling up through the thighs here. And we're inside that upper back. So we're using the lats, we're using the obliques, we're flexing the toes. If you need to modify, top foot can be in front of the bottom if you're modifying. If you're not, you're keeping it stacked. Let's find a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly turn your left elbow into your right arm. Twist it all the way in, just a 1 count in. Twist it. Yeah, and then we're going to open it up and lift that hip, but don't let that other guy open. So control that. Let's go ahead and twist it in, twist it, yeah. So we turn, and then we bring it back, control it. Elbow comes to the sky, we're lifting through the hip. 2 more, we'll take the twist, turn it in. So if this is too much, open it up, you're just holding the side plank. You don't even have to do the twist. And let's breathe in as you exhale, find that strong twist. Turn it in and hold it, and then open it up. Reach your left arm up to the sky. Keep lifting that right hip, and then we'll breathe in. As you exhale, we're gonna come under your right rib cage on a 4 count. So let's twist it in for 4. We're gonna turn the torso. For 3, we're gonna reach through. For 2, so imagine that you're gonna take a little post note that's through here. So a modification, you can drop your arm. If you don't need to modify, keep that arm off the floor and reach through. And then on a 4 count, we're gonna bring it up for 4, 3, and then post it up to the ceiling. 2, nice. And then let's breathe in. As you exhale, we're gonna take the twist. Let's come on under for 4, turn it. 3, 2, find the reach all the way through, and then we're gonna open it up for 4, yes, 3, 2, we're lifting that right hip. We have 2 more, breathe in. As you exhale, we're coming under for 4, 3. If you start to get tired too, you can stagger the feet anytime and then open it up for 4, 3. So you can start off with that full pose and then, yeah, and then you can switch it. Breathe in as you exhale. Let's come on under for 4, 3, 2. Let's reach for it. Now let's open it up for 4, 3, 2. We're in a forearm plank, and we just worked the right side of the belly. We're driving down through the forearms. So again, like I said, a little bit of endurance is what we're gonna be working. So I want you to think about that right side where you just did the work as we're driving. So find a deep breath in, and as you exhale, it's a 4 count of the right hip to the right side of your mat for 4, 3, 2. It's a light little touch, no body weight drops. We're coming back. 4, 3, 2, and we're pushing away from the floor. Let's breathe in. As you exhale, we're going right. For 4, if you're tired. 3, you're back center. 2, it's a little touch, and we're coming back. For 4, 3, 2. So Marily's going to keep going in the full pose. Breathe in as you exhale. 4, if you're tired, you're here with me. 3, modifying and tucking it up. For 2, and then bring it back, or you're in child's pose. 3, 2, and let's breathe in. And as you exhale, let's take it 4, touch it, 3, turn it, 2, it's light. We're coming back for 4, 3, 2, palms were up. So that was some endurance, child's pose. We're gonna chill out. Yeah, and we'll take the whole upper body to the left side. Go ahead and stretch yourself over in your child's pose. Find the reach, work the floor. We're getting a little warm. And then we'll take it over to your right side. Go ahead and extend it. Let it feel good. And then we'll come back center, and we're gonna go into that on the other side. So we're down on the forearms. We're gonna make 2 fists and separate those wrists out. And I want you to drive energy down. And then we're gonna turn that left fist in, and we'll stack that right foot on top of the left, yeah. And we're gonna square the hips, and we'll bring that right hand behind your head. We're gonna flex the toes, very nice. So these are singles, we're lifting that hip up. Let's breathe in. As you exhale, take a twist all the way in, right elbow to your left arm, as close as you can get it. And then we'll open it up and lift the hip. Find the inhale. As you exhale, take the twist. Turn it in, and then we'll open it up, lift that hip, squeeze the thighs. Yeah, drive down through it, awesome. Breathe it in. As you exhale, find the twist, turn it strong, open it up, lift those hips. Nice, find the inhale as you exhale. Work the twist, work that oblique, hold it in, open it up. Reach the middle finger to the sky. Keep lifting that left hip. Let's breathe in. As you exhale, we're coming on under for 4. Yeah, turn it. 3, rotate it. 2, reach it all the way through. And then we're gonna take it up for 4, keep it slow. 3, for 2, reach up to the ceiling, touch it. There's electricity through the fingertips. Breathe it in. As you exhale, we're coming under. Turn it. 4, awesome. 3, reach it all the way. 2, yeah, keep the reach on while you're down there. Let's open it up for 4, 3, 2, touch the sky. We're lifting through that hip. We got 2 more. Here we go. For 4, turn it. 3, 2, own the pose. Bake that twist. Let's open it up. 4, 3, there's a rope on that right hip. I'm pulling you up. For 2, yeah, hold on to it right here. Breathe it in as you exhale. Come on under. 4, go for it. 3, reach it. 2, you got it. Now it's still reaching, because why wouldn't you? Let's open it up. For 4, 3 with the hip high. 2, we're in a forearm plank position. We just smoked that left side. So feet are as wide as the hips. And then we're gonna take that left hip and we're gonna take it to the left side. For 4, 3, 2, it's a little touch. We're coming back. 4, 3, 2, fantastic. Breathe in and push yourself away from the floor. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, it's a little touch. Come on back. 4, 3, 2, nice. We have 2 more. Inhale, exhale. 4, 3, 2, there's a little touch. Let's bring it back. 4, 3, 2. If you're with me and you need a break, knees are in the floor. Here we go. Let's take it left. 4, 3, 2. Take the touch. Come on back. 4, 3, 2. Press yourself up to your high plank. Hold it here. Yeah, turn the elbows back. Everything is on. 5, 4. Keep driving away. 3, 2. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees. Make your way to the front of your mat. We're going to lift halfway. Inhaling. As you exhale, we're going to fold in nice and strong. And then we're going to find chair pose. So chair pose, we're going to drop the squat. We're going to reach up through the arms. We're going to neutralize the low spine. And then we're going to drop the arms down and lock the thumbs out in front of you and let your palms shine to the floor. And then we're going to peel the heels up off the floor. And we're going to stack the shoulders back. Yeah, so the shoulders are on top of the hips. And then I want you to sit down as low as you can without resting. And you know the difference. So squeeze those thighs together. You're in a place where you're going so low right before you're resting that you can feel the work. And then all we're going to do is lift up about 2 inches. And we're going to lower down 2 inches. Yeah, and the heels stay high. And we'll take it up 2. And then we're going to lower down 2. Now we're going to take it up about 3 inches. And then we're going to lower down 3. And then we're going to take it up about 3 inches. And we're going to lower down 3. We're going to take it up 4 inches. So let's go 4, 3, 2. Maybe that's a lot more than 4 inches, but whatever. We're going to lower it down. 4, 3, 2. Take the pause. Now come up high and find your low. And then come on up high and find your low. We have 2 more right here. And find that low. Come on up. We're working endurance. Stay low. And now they're little ones. Here we go. For 8, 7, don't bounce it. It's a lift and lower. 6, squeeze those thighs together. 5, you should be feeling it. 4, can you feel a burn? 3, 2, on this one, drop the heels back. Keep the thighs squeezing. Don't straighten the legs, right? Because we're still in the burn. We're still working it. Separate the hands, let the palms face each other. Keep that burn if you can. Yeah, we're staying in the deep seat. For 5, for 4, you got it. 3, for 2, now take the fold. Ah, nice work. Separate your feet as wide as your hips. 1 vertebrae at a time. We're gonna roll up to standing. So we're gonna come up nice and slow. Just 1 vertebrae at a time. If you have toe socks, you're always fixing them. So let's not forget those. We're gonna roll up. Apparently there's a flaw in the making of them. Okay, so go ahead and now we're gonna stretch those quads out. So right arm is gonna reach up. Left hand is gonna come back. And I think of it like if you reach back and you're asking for change from someone, right? You wanna take the inside of your big toe, the inside of your foot, the big toe side. And then you're going to square the hips. And already you can feel that stretch in your left thigh. Let's breathe in and get tall. And as you exhale, let's flow forward. So we're going to start to kick that foot back. We're going to start to reach the toes up. We're going to start to breathe into that left pec. And I want you to continue to work the energy through the kick, because that's where you're going to breathe into that left side of the pec. If you're not kicking, you're not going to feel it there. So the pec muscle is going to open up, the deltoid's going to open up. We're going to keep the reach, and we're working endurance, so we're still here. We're still getting pulled out towards the front wall. We're still kicking back. And then very slowly, go ahead and fold until you find your block. So if you're doing these practices, and I'm going to let Marilee find her block on her own because you may not have someone there. So make sure that your block is nearby so you can grab it. And now, if it's available, we're going to roll open more. Yeah, so now we're in that bound, and we're going to let your left rib cage come on top of your right. That's nice. We're going to peel back here. We're still kicking through the foot. So we're still working the energy of the pull. And then very slowly, you're going to release the foot till the heel pushes to the back wall. We're going to reach the left arm to the sky. So we're in half moon. We're staying light. We're staying super light on the block because we're using the obliques again that we just worked. We're asking them to do more work. So by the end of the practice, you should be feeling it in there. If not, you should be feeling it tomorrow for sure. Now I want you to challenge your balance. This is a balance challenge and endurance because we're still here and we're not letting this leg drop down. We're keeping it up. So she's got a magnet on her ankle, pulling it up to the sky. I want you to look up or look anywhere other than where you're looking to challenge your balance. Yeah, change your dristi. And that's going to be core too. So once you find another new dristi, challenge your balance after 5 seconds, look somewhere else. So every 5 seconds, you're bringing your dristi, your gaze, that steady point, you're bringing it somewhere else, and that's going to hopefully keep you in the constant challenge of using that right ankle and staying inside the core. We're here for 5. It looks great. 4. So what I want you to do is you're going to square your chest and your toes to the floor, bring your hands to your hips. So just slowly, lower body's going to come in warrior 3. Take your time, bring 2 hands on your hips, 2 hands on your hips. Yeah, we're going to work that balance challenge. Hold on to the hips and turn that left hip down. Yeah, we're keeping a high left leg. Let's just stay right here. So let's work the balance challenge in that right leg. It's a lot of work. It's not easy. 5, 4, 3, chair pose, feet meet, drop the seat. Bring the hands to the heart center, bring the knees away from the toes. Breathe in as you exhale, edge of your right elbow, or come into the outside edge of your knee. So I want you to use that just as your leverage to take the twist. So elbow to elbow, we're here, we're breathing. Here's a nice challenge, close your eyes. Keep your kneecaps even. Drop your bottom back. Yeah, keep your eyes closed. When you breathe in, lift your torso, not your legs. When you exhale, turn your torso. Yeah, drop the seat. Nice. That's beautiful. And then let's open it up. So the right hand drops and the left arm reaches. And we're going to open back through that left side. And we'll find chair pose, drop the seat. Yeah, we're squeezing the thighs together. And then here's what we're going to do. We're going to pop up onto the balls of the feet, stay in the squat, lift the heels up. You're going to stay, drop your shoulders down, your wrists down in line with your shoulders, and you're going to stay here. You're in that position where you feel like it's the absolute, you're wringing it out right now. You're squeezing the thighs, but you're not here resting because you could stay there all day long eating snacks. So keep it lifted, keep squeezing those thighs, feeling the burn, tucking the hips. Yes. Smoke it down. Own the pose now. Little squats for 8. Burn it. Yep. 7. And guess what? If it's not there for you, 6, you're just holding it. Or you could drop the heels back even. 5. Keep them little. 4. 3. 2. Come on up. Reach the arms up to the sky. Forward fold. Let's dive down nice and low. Halfway lift, we'll breathe in here, find your high plank. Here we go. Chaturanga, we're down nice and easy. Up dog, we'll breathe it in. Chaturanga, we're going to come back, push up to your high plank. Excellent. We're in a high plank, lower down to your chaturanga, push up to your high. Straight arms, yep. We're in a chaturanga, push up to your high. All the way, straight arms, 2 more. Lower it down, find the push, strong. Awesome. Find the low. Remember, the knees are always there for you. We're in a high plank. Right wrist is under the shoulder. Left foot stacks on top of the right. So we're going for some shoulder endurance too. We're gonna square that left hip a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna lift that right hip away. So we're gonna stay inside that right oblique. Let's breathe in as you exhale. 4 count, left arm's coming under the right rib cage. For 4, I want you to twist it. 3, I want you to turn it. For 2, now bring your left fingertips down by your knee, but don't take that shoulder away from your wrist. So keep that guy stacked. You're only going as far as you can. Now open it up. For 4, yeah, 3, 2, lift that hip. Breathe in as you exhale. First, we're coming under. For 4, turn the torso straight under. 3, keep that shoulder stacked. 2, so once you come through, then you'll just reach as far as you can without stealing that shoulder. Let's open it up. 4, 3, 2, you got it. If you need to stagger, it's right there for you. Breathe in as you exhale, come straight through. For 4, straight through. 3, 2, now catch on. It's a little touch, open it up. 4, so you don't want to lift your butt up. 3, 2, keep that shoulder stacked. Only come through on a 4 count. For 4, as far as you can. Yeah, 3, where you're stacking it. 2, keep the joint stacked. Now reach as far as you can. Yeah, work the twist. Now we're gonna keep twisting it. Stay here, 5, 4, it should be burning. 3, 2, it's a 4 count up. 4, and if you need a break, find child's pose. Find child's pose. There's no sorry in yoga. Listen, if you're tired, that knee comes down and you just chill out. So find child's pose now. Come on into child's pose, take a break, relax and release. She said sorry twice when I said there's no sorry in yoga. There's no sorry in yoga. You know why? Because your fatigue, your burn is different than my fatigue, is different than Marilee's fatigue. Your fatigue is a beautiful thing. You're just taking it to the point where it's burning and you're at your max for you. So I do not want you to think by any means that taking a break means something negative. It's a beautiful place to be. Come on into your downward facing dog. Let's get nice and long here. We're gonna bend those knees and step or float your feet up. To the front of your mat, we're finding a lift halfway. We're breathing in as you exhale, forward fold, dive in. As you inhale, come all the way up to the sky, nice and high. Reach it, bring the hands to the heart center, separate the feet as wide as your hips. So heels are under your hips, make sure that you have your block close by. We're gonna stretch your left arm up to the sky, so we'll find that reach. We're gonna bring your right hand back, and we're gonna catch the inside of that foot. And then let's breathe in, find a little shoulder mobility, stretch that left bicep back as you exhale. Let's find the slow flow. So we're gonna reach out and we're gonna kick back at the same time, right? And we're gonna strive to fold, and we're gonna strive to get your toes up, and we're gonna keep reaching, and we're gonna keep lifting, and we're gonna keep that energy on inside that right pec, inside that left glute, down through the hamstring. We're gripping the big toe on the left side. That looks really nice. The right rib cage is gonna open. We're working the endurance, so we're still rolling open and kicking back. 5, 4, for 3. Let your left fingertips find your block. Bring it under your shoulder. Yeah, roll open a little more. Let's stay in the bound connection. So now we'll let that right rib cage roll open. And yeah, we're gonna keep the kick on here. And we'll breathe it for 3, for 2. It's a really easy, so don't flick the foot. It's a real easy release of that foot. You want some energy to push your heel to the back wall. Tuck your toes in. It's a high leg. Yeah, we're gonna reach that arm up to the sky. And here is where we're gonna challenge the balance. So you're gonna look somewhere else for 5 seconds, and then you'll keep looking somewhere else. That doesn't mean you need to turn your head. You're just moving your eyeballs. You can turn your head if it feels good, but don't feel like you need to. I just want you to keep challenging yourself into a little bit of instability so that we can then recruit those little muscles to stabilize at the same time so we don't come out of the pose. And where's that right leg? It's going to the ceiling. Where's that right glute? It's squeezing up strong. Where are your fingertips? They're reaching up. Where's your rib cage? It's gonna open a little bit more because we're getting warmer and warmer while we're here. We're not really laying down on the block. If you need body weight there, put it there, but if you don't, stay as light as you can. And then super slow, we're gonna turn the hips down, grab your hands to your hips. That's the challenge. Hands are on the hips, lower body's gonna come into warrior 3. Yeah, we're gonna keep that right leg high. Keep turning that right hip down. Let's work this pose here for 8, 7, Keep lifting that back leg. Yeah. Chest stays lengthening. 6, 5, 4, 3. Chair pose, drop the seat. So it's a deep seated squat. Yep. Knees are away from the toes. Hands are going to come to the heart center. We're going to breathe in, lift the chest up. And as you exhale, edge of the left elbow is coming to the outside edge of that knee. We're going to twist it. We're going to keep dropping down through the seat. We're going to keep turning through the torso. And the chin is wherever you want it to be. Keep working through the twist. Breathe it. Keep working through that seated squat. We're going into endurance in that lower body. Left hand drops and the right arm reaches, and we'll roll it back. We're going to keep the hips even. 5, 4. Take your knees away from your toes. Make sure you haven't shifted your body weight forward into your knees. Keep them in your thighs. Keep it in your glutes. 3, 2. We're going to keep the deep seat coming up into your chair pose, and then drop your wrist down in line with your shoulders and lift your chest up. So I want you to get tall, yes, and then I want you to go ahead and come up onto the balls of your feet. Here we go. Yes, we're here. Stack the shoulders back. Tuck the hips a little bit. Drop down into the depths of it. Keep squeezing the thighs together. Keep squeezing them as strong as you can. Let the heart rate come up. We're up an inch. We're down an inch. Yep, we're up 2 inches. Lower down 2. Keep squeezing the thighs. We got 3. And we're down 3. Let's take it up 4. And lower it down 4. Yeah, take it 1 inch. And lower it down. Find 2 inches. And lower it down. Find 3. And lower it down. Find 4. Squeeze the thighs. Lower it all the way down. Last round. Take it up an inch. Lower it down. Find 2 inches. Find the low. 3 inches up. We're down low. 4 inches here. Hold the low. 1 inch range of motion. Here we go. Squeeze the thighs. 8, 7. Awesome. 6, 5, 4, 3. No bounce. 2. You're in control. Heels drop back. We stay in chair pose. Work the burn. Drive the knees back. It's your endurance. Guess what? You can stand up and shake your legs out and come back in it. You can do that at any time in the pose. Yeah, you can shake out the lactic acid. Shake out the burn. 5, go deep. 4, 3, 2, forward fold. Dive in nice and tight. Halfway lift, we're breathing in. Find your high plank. Left wrist is under the shoulder. We're stacking or staggering here. And we're just squaring those hips and we're working inside that left oblique. And that looks really beautiful, very strong. So the right fingertips are high. Let's breathe in. It's a 4 count. We're coming through first for 4. Go all the way through it. 3, yeah, go through it. 2, once you get here, without jacking on that shoulder, just reach down as far as you can and then open it up for 4, 3, 2, find the reach up. Yeah, breathe it in. As you exhale, come on under. Let's work it. 3, let's turn it. 2, reach it all the way through. Now let it come down. Keep that shoulder. Yep. Let's open it up for 4, 3, this is where. 2, you may want to take a break and stagger your feet. Let's breathe in. As you exhale, come on under. For 4, you can stagger. 3, you can drop a left knee and just hold the side angle. 2, nice. So you could be right here. Let's open it up, Mare. For 4, you can be right here. 3, you can drop that knee and just be right here. For 2, if you got it, go for the endurance all the way through. Come on under. 4, yes. 3, reach on it. 2, reach down for it. Hold it. Keep turning it if you can. Let's open it up for 4, yes. 3, lift the hip with it. 2, square that right hip. We're in a high plank. Awesome. High plank position. Chaturanga, we're down nice and slow. Up dog, we're going to breathe in. Downward facing dog. We'll find the exhale. Right leg gets high. Right foot lunges, left foot turns. We are up in Warrior 1. Come on up. Warrior 1, we're square to the wall in front of you, and we'll separate the hands so that they're shoulder width distance apart. And then we're going to take your right hand and grab your left wrist. We'll breathe in as you exhale. Let that upper body come to the right side. Give it a little pull. Close your eyes. We're staying here. Back leg is loaded. We're squeezing through that thigh. Right knee is stacked. We're turning out a little bit through that inner thigh. We're still reaching. Full, long, deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2. Warrior 2, right arm forward, left arm back. We're going to stack the shoulders. Yeah, and there's there's energy. So if I came by and I just wanted to, if I wanted to lift your arm up and I came under here, don't let me lift it up. So you want to feel, yeah, there's energy. So you're always feeling that energy. If anyone came by in your yoga class, you're on, right? You're working through the arm strength as well, rather than, just a lazy arm that's going to go flopping through. You're in charge of your body. So keeping it strong, the edge of that back foot is driving through the floor, through your mat. This is endurance. We're breathing through it. Mouth is closed if it's available. We're in Ujjayi. Full deep breaths, inhales and exhales. Hopefully the heart rate is up. Yeah, that's really nice. Let's straighten that front leg. Flip your right palm up to the sky. Breathe in. As you exhale, reach your fingertips up overhead. And then let your left hand grab your right wrist. Give yourself a little pull. Right leg stays long. We're going to stay here. Reach the arms back out long. Keep that front leg straight. And then flip your right palm up again and just reach it up and bend the elbow and let your fingertips come in between the shoulder blades. We're going to pull back through that right tricep. We're going to come into Warrior Two in the lower body. Drop back into the seat. Keep breathing into the tricep now. So close your eyes, close your mouth. Find Ujjayi. We're going to stay here. Yeah. So take the moment to enjoy it. Let your right forearm come to the middle of your right thigh, and then reach your left arm overhead. Yeah, and just reach through the fingertips. And then square your chest to your right thigh, pivot your back foot. We're in a high plank. 2 hands are in the floor. Chaturanga, we're going to lower down slowly. And let's find 8 little push-ups for 8, 7, 6. The whole body's going with her. 5, 4, and if you can't, 3, drop your knees. That's great. 2, or just hold it. Up dog. Let's breathe in. Bring the shoulder blades back towards each other. Downward facing dog. We have a nice exhale going on. And we'll stretch the left leg high. Left foot lunges. Right foot's turning. We're up in Warrior One. Hands are going to stay separated. Chest is square to the wall in front of you. And we're just reaching the thumbs back. So we're here in Warrior One. We're squeezing through those glutes. We're driving the biceps back. And then go ahead and catch that left hand to your right wrist. Lift up out of it. Breathe in as you exhale. Yeah, reach it to the right side. And we're going to stay on through that back leg. We're loaded up through it. We're breathing into it. Every exhale, maybe you're pulling a little bit more or not. Maybe you're staying right where you are. Depends on how you're feeling. We're turning that left knee out. We're keeping that left knee. The joint stack, the knee and the ankle are on top of each other. Warrior Two, we'll slide it open. Left arm comes forward. So again, we're going to be nice and strong here. So we're not going to be able to get those arms going anywhere. We're bringing the shoulder blades together towards each other. So where can you relax right now? Probably the face, the cheeks, the teeth if they're clenched together. It's always a nice place to check in and say, where can I let go? You can close the eyes maybe. Where can I turn something on? Where can I get a little stronger? And let your breastbone get pulled up towards the sky. Yeah, feel your vertebrae lengthening. Feel your fingertips. The left ones want to touch the front wall, so you can reach them out, but the right ones want to go back, so you're getting pulled apart. Yeah, and you're pliable, right? So you're making yourself like that warm taffy. Here, 5, 4, 3, 2. And then we'll straighten that front leg. And we'll flip that front palm up. We'll breathe in as you exhale. We're going to reach it up, grab the wrist, and just pull back. And let it feel good here. So we're inside the left ribs. We'll straighten the arms back out. Left palm flips again. Reach it up, and then let your fingertips come in between your shoulder blades. Grab onto that elbow. Pull it back. Yeah, and we'll stack that knee. Lower body's back in Warrior Two. So if it feels good, widen the stance. If it doesn't, stay right where you were. So you don't have to go as deep if it feels like you need a break. Keep it in a backed off pose. and we'll pull in. On the exhales, we're driving back and breathing into that tricep. We're inside of that left adductor, so the inner thigh is still turning out a little bit. For 3, 2. We're gonna bring the left forearm in the center of your left thigh. Let your right arm reach overhead. Let your bicep lengthen over that right cheekbone. We'll square the chest to the left thigh. We'll pivot that back foot into a high plank. Point your right toes to the wall behind you. Come on down into your chaturanga. Stay on the ball of that left foot, up dog. We're gonna breathe in. Chaturanga, we're gonna come back to it. Down dog with a high right leg. Sweep your right knee up to your right wrist, your right ankle to your left wrist. If you like to do splits here, you can come into a split. You can have a straight leg out in front of you. If you're doing your half pigeon, you'll turn the left hip down. We'll bring the upper body a little bit to the right. We're gonna go ahead and reach out and fold. So you can be relaxed onto your block. You can drop onto your forearms. You can stretch your arms out. It's all about whatever feels like you want to bring your body into that pose is where you are right now. It's all about dropping into the floor. Don't forget to have water. There is an opportunity for you to take sips of water. I wouldn't guzzle a bunch of water, but there's a real nice opportunity to have sips of water throughout your yoga practice. I realize that Marilee and I never have our water with us, which is really rare. And then come on back into your downward facing dog. Shift into your high plank position. Point your left toes to the wall behind you. Let's lower down into your chaturanga. Up dog, we're gonna stay on the ball of that right foot, squeezing through that right glute. Chaturanga, we're coming back strong. Down dog with a high left leg, sweep your left knee up, work your left ankle towards your right wrist. Slide your right knee down easy. Remember, you can always slide a block under that knee, so just to show you what it looks like, if the knee doesn't feel good on the floor, slide your block there. That's really nice. And then you can go to the left and you can drop down there. And that feels good. If it feels better to have it on the floor, Mary, do you like it on the floor? If it feels better, then don't even worry about it, but it's an option because sometimes people have knee issues. There's so many ways around different poses that you can change and maneuver and work yourself into. There's absolutely no such thing as a perfect pose. No one is getting into a perfect pose. Nobody's gonna look like their neighbor. Thank God, right? We're all individuals here in the world, so please do not compare yourself to anyone in your yoga class or to myself or Marilee here, because that's not what yoga is about. We're gonna stay on the left seat and bring the right leg around. Yeah. And then we're gonna balance on our seat. So what I want you to do is I want you to keep your sit bones in the floor, and then you're gonna lean back a little bit. You're gonna lift up through your upper back. So a modification is to keep the knees bent. If you feel stronger, you'll straighten the legs, but not right now. You're gonna keep the knees bent and you're gonna reach the arms out. You're gonna keep the upper back tall. So if you can keep your upper back tall, straighten your legs. If you start to round in your upper back, I'd rather you bend the knees. Yeah, so we're gonna keep the lift here, and then it's a single leg heel tap. So we're gonna drop one heel down, lift it up, lift the spine. Touch it, lift the spine. Little touch, take it up. Little touch, take it up. 4 more. 4, find the lift. 3, my left leg doesn't like it. It's like shaking like crazy. 2, find the lift. 1, now stay with me. Just the low spine is gonna come down, 1 vertebrae at a time. So low spine first. We're not letting the shoulder blades hit the floor unless you need to. We're still reaching. If you could touch the back wall, let it touch the back wall. Keep the shoulder blades lifted. 5, 4, 3, reach the arms out. Let yourself get pulled up. Yeah, find that lift, upper back's tall. Maybe you're gonna bend the knees. 5, 4, 3, 2. Drop the heels, catch the feet. Fold it in. Then we'll catch the big toes. So first 2 fingers wrap around the big toes. Walk your heels in towards yourself here. And then what you're gonna do is you are going to I gotta fix this. You know, sometimes there's complications. I gotta fix the mic. It's fine. Okay, we have the big toes together. We're just human. We're gonna lift up and find a little lean back. We're gonna lift up through the upper back, and then we're gonna straighten the legs. And then, if it's available, we are going to find a wide straddle. Yeah, so go ahead and straddle it out. Nice and wide. So if you were in a yoga class, you'd move yourself over so that you're not in your neighbor's face, right? And you're gonna keep the lift up here for 5, 4, 3, for 2, we're inside the hamstrings. And then we're gonna bring the ankles back together. We're gonna go back into the boat pose here. Yes. We're gonna lower the low spine down. Now we're gonna bring the fingertips behind the head. If you need a break, drop one heel, drop two. If you don't, keep them lifted. We're gonna suck it up and do it together. Let's take the lift. Take it up and the low for 8, 7. This is where you're breathing out of your mouth. 6, 5, 4, you can feel it. 3, you can also keep 2 hands behind your head. 2, if that's more support for you. 1, lower it down. Stretch it out, reach through your toes. Lengthen right now through your fingertips. Create the space in your spine. Hug your right knee up into your chest. Pull it in. And then go ahead and hug your knee with your left hand. Reach your right arm to the right side. Breathe in as you exhale, guide over. Easy guide, right ear drops to the right. And then come back center and bring the soles of your feet together in butterfly pose. Soles of the feet come together in butterfly. And we're just gonna reach your arms overhead, or they can relax on your legs or whatever feels good for you. And we're just gonna close our eyes for a breath or 4. And then just bring your thighs in to meet each other and drop your feet to the floor. And drop your arms out into the letter T with your palms to the floor. Breathe in. And as you exhale, slowly let your lower body come to the floor to the left side. Yeah, just as far left as it feels good. And we'll bring the legs back center and breathe it in. And as you exhale, we'll come to the right side, nice and easy. And we'll bring it back center, and we'll take that other knee in. So go ahead and grab your left knee, straighten your right leg. Hug it with your right hand, stretch your left arm over. Breathe in as you exhale, guide it over, press down on that leg. And then we'll come back, center, and we're gonna find our Shavasana. So let's let it go. Let the legs fall out to the side, let your shoulders drop into the floor. Release through your head and your neck. Find a real big inhale. Let your chest rise up to the sky. And as you exhale, let it go. Let it all drop. Let's do that again. Through the mouth. Inhale, fill the lungs up. Through the mouth. Exhale. Yeah, let it go. Let it relax. Let your eyeballs roll back. Release through your teeth if they're clenched. This is your time right here to melt into the floor. To let yourself enjoy the moment where you have finished bringing everything that you had for yourself today onto your mat. And now we're here to enjoy the reward in your Shavasana. So give yourself the gift of a compliment for you, from you. Give yourself a compliment right here. See if you can stay here 5, 10 minutes. Give yourself 5 or 10 good minutes to stay here and enjoy the floor. Namaste, my friends.